Oh my God! I'm so excited to be here. Thank you guys all for coming. So excited. My name is Spanky, and I thought I would just tell you guys a little bit about myself. First of all, I just started wearing bras again. Yeah. You know, I went through a phase where I was like, down with bras. And then I hit my late 20s and I realized that meant down with boobs too. You know, I can't have that. I need the extra support. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I avoid products that are advertised as great conversation starters. Like, no thanks. I'm okay on that. Which I realize is really ironic, seeing that I am a clown. Being a clown makes you super approachable. I'm especially approachable by children. That's my least favorite part. You know, parents will come up to me with their kids and I think they're expecting like a magic trick or balloons. But I just feel like an owner of an aggressive breed at a dog park. Like, not friendly. Stay away from me, for real. What else about me can I tell you? So as the clown of my friend group, in and out of costume, I am expected to have really fun things in my purse. And I definitely live up to that. I don't have time to show you guys all the things. I would need 3 business days. But one thing I always keep on me, it's in my pocket for comfort right now, is my kazoo. You know, you never know when you're gonna need a kazoo. But this one time I went to a concert and I needed to get my bag checked by security. The security guard unzips my purse, takes out the kazoo, looks at the kazoo, looks at me, looks at the kazoo, puts it back in my bag, zips up my bag, and pushes it towards me. I was marked as not a threat that night. And that's really great news because I had hella drugs in my bag. It was a lit night for sure. I recently got diagnosed with OCD. That was, it's a fun one, right? But yeah, I went to the psychiatrist to get Adderall for my ADHD, you know, the get shit done pill. And, you know, you can't, it's a hard drug to obtain. You can't act like that's what you're there for. So, you know, I'm talking to her about how I cope unmedicated with ADHD. I'm telling her about these routines that I stick to keep my life together. And she asked me, you know, have you ever been tested for OCD? I'm like, no, I haven't. I'll play your little game. Sure, let's do it. And it turns out I have OCD to the T. Yeah. And so, you know, when she tells me this diagnosis, I'm like, I think you're getting this confused with the fact that I'm a witch. You know, like the reason why my house hasn't gotten broken into is because I do my door locking ritual every night. 40 times locking the door, or else we die. Okay? So that's the reason why my house is safe. But on a real note, learning this diagnosis has been really good for me. I've become more self-aware of my limits. One of them being, I don't think I should ever go skydiving. You know, because this is how it's going to be. I'm going to be on the plane, awaiting the jump, and I'm going to be like, I wonder if I'm buckled. Let me just unbuckle and buckle to make sure. Okay, I'm buckled. I think I just imagined myself buckling. Let me just unbuckle and buckle and tighten it and make sure. I don't know if I did that right. Let me unbuckle and buckle and make sure. And before I know it, I'm going to be falling through the air with the compulsion of making sure I'm buckled and unbuckling and falling down to my death. So I definitely should not go skydiving. But, you know, being self-aware of your limits is really good. Another limit, I guess I would say, that I have, I know you guys have already clocked it, my really small hands. I have comically small hands. And you know, having small hands makes things really difficult. Opening jars, of course, very hard. Anything child-proof is then also spanky-proof. Using scissors, that have one hand on each handle, cutting shit like, nobody takes my handshake seriously. Yeah, and then the worst part of it all is I attract guys with small penises. Right? They're like, oh my god, I've never had two hands on my heart before at the same time. I'm like, oh my god. It's the worst part for sure. Let's see. What else do I have? You guys like my gay ass haircut? Yeah. Thank you. I actually don't think it's a gay haircut. That's just what my family group chat said when I sent my picture. Yeah. It's hard being the gay cousin. Any other gay cousins in the crowd? It's real hard. It's real hard at family gatherings, I'm not even gay. Yeah, I'm not even gay. But I was a Gold Star lesbian for the first half of my 20s. And I had this mind-altering heartbreak, and I just thought, I know what would make me feel better. I'll sleep with a man. And that's where the delusion started. So, yeah, I have for the last three-ish, 4-ish years, I've only been dating men. And it's not because I like them better, and it's definitely not because the sex is better. It's just that I can't disrespect a woman. When you're dating a woman, you have to be on your very best behavior. And I just don't have it in me. Yeah, when I manipulate a man, I feel like I'm restoring balance to the earth. It's just the right thing to do at this point, But yeah. Anyways, I'll leave on this one. But do you guys mind if I trauma dump a little bit? Thanks. I really need this. But yeah, 2 weeks ago, I found out I was pregnant with child. I know you guys didn't know this was going to be scary story time. But yeah, I found out I was pregnant 2 weeks ago, and the plan, of course, was to abort Mission. Mission is what I would have named my baby. But plan was to abort, but I didn't want to rush into the abortion. I kind of wanted to feel pregnant for a little bit. It's kind of like doing a new drug. Let's see how this feels. And yeah, so I was rocking with being pregnant, and one day I had this intense craving for a root beer float. So I called up the man that did this to me. My boyfriend's, but he did this to me. And I said, I need a root beer float now or else. And in about 10 minutes flat, he brought over root beer, vanilla ice cream, and fancy glasses. And I had myself a field day. I had 6 root beer floats. It was good. I regret nothing, And the next morning, I went to the bathroom and I had a miscarriage. So, life hack. I think I could have done it in 3 root beer floats. But what can I say? I'm an overachiever, So, yeah, let's do the math. It's root beer float equals baby float in the toilet. So, pretty cool, pretty good. But thank you guys so much.